بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. ما بعد، لقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه العزيز بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا الله تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزلا من غفور رحيم ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين ولا تستوي الحسنة ولا سيئة ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم وما يلقاها إلا الذين صبروا وما يلقاها إلا ذو حظ عظيم وإما ينزغنك من الشيطان نزغ فاستعذ بالله إنه هو السميع العليم صدق الله العظيم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وليال خيارتنا الشرف تالي Somaliland community of Minnesota خيارتنا الشرف تالي community Somaliland Minnesota أما مريكا كبا شرفت يا كرامة دلين كسو قيب قلي حفلة قالقة قيمة عزيقة شرفت عليه كو أبتر سنة إيسا عزيقة سومالي لان iyo maalinta idmar la yiraahdo 18 May oo sanad guuradii labiyo markii cizziga karaamada العز قرب الدولة دمده لحدا كي كبعدي وحين دعي والو أجي حيه أي سومالي لا دي ولا صور نقطي شرفتي يا كرامتي ده هي عز جيدا ولا له هدنا أنا ولا له هدنا وحبك ويا ليني وحي ترام مويا مرقدك إنك سوق قريب قري إنه إلهكم هذيننا هذه أذباد ما تسديه وحكروا شرف إنه أول إن حفل الدعاء كواب ترسانيسو أما أي كرامينيسو أما يعز قارسينيسو الدولية هنا حسب الدستوري وليبا حسب الحاكم مستطيع لو صور دوينا يو استغرا شرف طاي إنه نقرأ سو قيب كلا حفلة نسقو أول صحبة صاحبة ديسا أريرا كفر ديا مستحاشي يوم الدولية اللي هوري محاكم هذا قبل كنا صاحب وأذكرنا إسلام الرواة مركا إذا كانوا حلينا كل اللي بس ورد وهذا وارد آليات الدوسين هل كنا واحد جولا شرفت يا كرامة عزيزك كله هو ولا له إن الصوماليات الصوماليان صاحب كيه في قرابة الله كسيدة في عروة سوقي بلا هل كان وجوه قال يكمل إذا كانوا حلينا يسورد وهذا وارد أنت أكبرني وحشرف مدن ضدك أي نقول هاي أمريكان كوميونيتي سومالي أمريكان سومالي لان أمريكان كوميونيتي باتي سوما هل كان واحد جوجا أمريكان كوميونيتي you are banana إنه human being أي كان واحد you are welcome هذه الصورة وهذا كتاك بعد ورد إلهي قوي هو واحدة هو عزيز وهو قادر وهو قريح واحد كرامة يسام سياد كرامة وهشام على كسومالي لاني حتى الابتداء هي حكمة أتكو قادر سيد يعني كو قرنت هاي توحيد كوي إلهي إليه سبحانه وتعالى لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله bal wala calanka Soomaaliland hayso bal sidaa u fiiri Allah arkay لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله وتوحيد إلهي مويانا إله كلام مجرو ولا له إنه هو ميسين يرو قال إلهي مو إله كلام مجرو تحير بالإسلام وحوي ولا يا وحبوه ويه توحيد ويه ما له ويه واشتو بسور دويه مسوف تجيب الله رحمة حوينه قابلي أيه ورني ما يهو هذا دوري سنعيش ذكر هذا سومال هذا محي حق سركة قبصة دوام محي لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله حقيقية ووحي أمر السقاطة وحي اللي كان هذه الجورجية سو ديار مي سيداس عيسى حقه سنة هجاتيو وحلا هجاتينا يا وح كستو حمارة إن لا يسكم مايلو وح كستو وانا أنا الله قرحية سو ديار مي أنت كتعب أروح أنا أقول لها أورانو الله ينبوع ما نقول بحال كناري إيجاد كنتان ما نكستنا ما نكرر كنتان ما ندي حدا صحيح وما شئت وبصور دوين إن متحولين تجيسي بلارنا إيه بقى كده موسى جوي هي حاشي سما وعد ورني ما يوتا تري سومالي حق سرنا كقبصة هذا كمرت في سومالي تين حق سرنا كقبصة أول لا إله إلا الله رسول الله حاجية حق هو سرة قرحية وصوت ذا ديار وما ترى وحلا وحى الإله إلا قوم هذين إن أي سومالي كل تستر وفلسطين لبتكريا سلام بيس أي كل عيد سوما فجزاهم الله خيرا إلهي ما نقوم هذين إلهيين يقولوا ويس إلهيين الله إلهي آمين حباب مدعي وناقوي
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته مركنا إلهي بينهم عطقنا الحمد لله رب العالمين ما هدناك إلهي بيسكالي إذكروا لكم ما هدناك كرامتهم حفلة قروح رمضان اللي يسوقون من يلا بيا لبعضن كان سنضوك حرنا ماذا هيسني يعني نحاول ندبر ذكر إن إلهي من نصري إذكروا النصر يسمى تشتو وحين وانا قدم إلى أنه هلنا إلهي من نصرين هي إلهي مركع عنه مع المغرب
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. والله وكان وهم كان اليوم كسوق قابل واحد مدرس كسوق كذا. كثير كذا إن شاء الله وعن كذا سوق قابل الحمد لله إلى هو مهدر كمان كسوق قابل قرياشة. حفلة قالقة أيها يبنى هذه أظن هاتسن قارهان قدومية حسبك كلمية مسبح أحمد مسبح عبدي يوفتي قال السعودة آدي آد مهتنتين حيقنا آدي آد مهتن وليها غير مريكان صاحب الله يقولون حفلة كسر طيب قلي يا صومالي يسمع لنا منها هاي صومالي لا تغيره يصح كلمة هي أنا يقول كسر طيب قلي آدي آد مهتنتين أنت أروح عن راعي لها وعن بليه ودري لها dadweynaha Soomaaliland meel kasta caalamka ka doonayay gudaha dibad waxaan iyadana insha Allah doonayaa oo jecelahay inaan u diro madaxweynaha jamhuuriyadda Soomaaliland Axmed Maxamed Siilaaye iyo madaxweyne ku-xigeenka Cabdiraxmaan Cabdullaahi Saylici iyo golaha wasiirada iyo golaha sharci dejinta inaan hambalyo u diro ayaan iyadana aad iyo aad idinka codsanaya dhamaantiin waxaan iyadana insha Allah hambalyada raacinaya ciidamada qaranka Soomaaliland ee hadiya habeen nabadgelyada in halka ku fadhina ku taamayno iyo tawadii taalaba iyadana Ilaahay subhanahu wa ta'ala uu ku suurageliyay waxaan leenahay hambalyo xafladana waxaan oran insha Allah ta'ala xaflado badan baa magaalada ka dhacaya nin waxa la geel badan oo la oran jiray Faarax Fidhiki oo xogaa faan kana yara ayaa waxa la geel badan marka nin baad doona ka horyimaan isagu aqoonin adeero maartay geel wax meelahan maraya wargeel waa kaayaga haaladhay biil haalo geel waa kaayaga دي حفلات Soomaaliland حفلات إن شاء الله تعالى والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
waxaan oranaya marka hore waxaan rabaa inaan u mahad celiyo dadkii soo abaabulay rag iyo dumarba xafladan caawa 18 May happy 18 May labaad waxaan rabaa inaan idin sheego ogeysiisiya group ama NGO yaraan leenahay halkan degan oo la yidhaha Home Development Center waxay noo imanayaa wafdi iyaguna ka socda Somaliland Business Fund la yidhaha oo World Bank ka socda bisha 7 marka wixii hore igala soo xidhiidhay waxaan rabaa marka labaad inaan salaan sare u diro isna gudoomiye bixi iyo wafdiga la socda oo yidhaahdo kusoo dhawaada Minneapolis Minnesota waxaa jiray tusaale yar baan idinsiinayaa nin la odhan jiray madaxweyne ka ahaa waddankan oo Republican ahaa Ronald Reagan the Republicans know wuxuu yidhi waxay had iyo jeer isaysan jireen nimanka Democratska marka waxaa jiray nin la odhan jiray isna Tim O'Neill labaduba waxay ahaayeen Irish laakiin laba xisbay ku kala jireen markaa Reagan wuxuu yidhi af Ingiriis baan ku odhanaya si ay u yar fahmaan qolada wuxuu yidhi the most terrifying word in the English language are I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Marka waxa weeye Musa is here from the Kulmiya, which is the government of Somaliland, but he's not here to help, he's here to celebrate with us. Laba erayo kala odhanaya oo ah qiimo weyn ku leh waxaa soolka la yidhaha gaaladu sool bay dhahaan innagu waxaan idhaha nafta markaa ducooyinkii iyo waxaa odayadu sheegay labada erey waxa weeye waana nin cod weyne heeska degaha qabsada markaa labada erey waxa weeye waxa la yidhaahdo waxaa la yidhaahdaa trust or patience waa sabirkii talabaadna waxa weeye hope waxaa jiray haddaba isna nin madaxweyne halkan ka ahaan jiray Bill Clinton wuxuu ka yimid gobol la yidhaahdo Arkansas markaa magaalada isagu ka soo baxay la yidhaahdo hopeku markaa waxa weeye qofka bini aadanka waxaa jidhkiisa siiya inuu niyad samaysto ama wax ku riyoodo markaa hopeka iyo patienceku waa labadu waxee dadka bini aadanka diinteenuba waxaad tidhaahdaa sabir allahuma casabri waxa weeye sabirku iyo rajadu hadday kaa baaba'aan ama kaa xaalufaan waxaad ku dhowdahay markaa ama dagaal baa imanaya ama khataro kale marka waxa weeye labadaa haddii la waayana Somalilandna ma jirayso waayo waa inaan ogaano in dadkii rajo la siiyo ya samirna ay yeeshaan laakiin samirkii dee waa inuu noqdo mid wax keeni doona hadhow lagu liso baxaad inuuna noqon marka anigu soo gaabinayo waxaa martida ay sugayso waxay ku yidhahdeen noo soo yargaabiyo waan soo gaabinaya marka waxa weeye dhaqaalaha iyo corruptionka ka socda corruptionku ma aha un Somaliland corruptionku meel kastuu jira halkan buu jiraa laakiin wuu isqarsadaa oo waxay leeyihiin maalkii iyo warshadihii iyo tacliintii iyo wixii qarinayay laakiin tan waxa weeye dowladana ma aqoonsana wixiina waa yaryahay laakiin markii wax la qaato waxa weeye qasabadii biyuhu ka socon jireen qasabadii waxa weeye haddii xagga sare laga xidho iyadoo tibiqtida waxa weeye tibiqdaasi siday tibiqda u hayso ayaa meesha saxaaraha ku tibiqda hayso unbadalka meeshii qoyda hadhow waxaa imanaya quraantii waxaa imanaya cayayaankii kale hadhow bay meelaha ka soo qaadayaan dembi bahaladii geeda iyo flower marka meeshii uu qoydaad arkaysa hadhow isku bedeshayba cagaar laakiin haddii dadka economiska waxay yidhahdaan wixii waa inay trickle down waa inay wixii soo gaadhaan bulshada hoose marka guddoomiyaha iyo xisbiga kulmiyana taana xasuusnaada muusow halkana dee kulmiyinu ma joogo waxaa jooga xisbigii wadani waxaa jooga ucud iyo anigoo ka mid aqaan independent marka waa la badan yahay sheekooyinka iyo wararkuna way badan yihiin adigu sii badan maayo waxaan leeyahay happy 18th iyo dadka Soomaaliyeed kalena soo dhawaadaan our friends from Minnesota, you guys are welcome to here too. Thank you.
It's my great pleasure to be here tonight with these conservatives who are joining together in this wonderful celebration of Somaliland independence. We have some speakers that want to address you tonight. The first is going to be Senator Dan Hall. Senator Hall is on a short time frame. They are still in session over at the Capitol. And so he has been in there fighting for your rights, for the values that you cherish for the United States of America and for Minnesota. And so it's an honor to have him here and to speak with you tonight. Senator Dan Hall.
It is a pleasure to be here before you this evening. Mr. Abdi, it's a pleasure to meet you and these honorable guests. Yes. I don't know how to say it in Somaliland, but Happy Independence Day. When I come in here, what I've seen first is I see such a beautiful people. I see smiles, you make me want to smile. Yes. You're so hospitable, you're so friendly to me. And Joseph has become a friend of mine. I'm so glad to know him. I'm a father of 8 children. Yeah. I'm a little Somalian, I think. I stand up at our Capitol. I just left the Senate floor to come over here to be with you because you are the new Americans and we want to know you more and more and more. Yes. I want to know about you. I have not tasted your food yet. I have not seen you dance yet. And I can't stay around, so I apologize. But I want to say that freedom is only here if you honor God. I believe we have the same values. We value family. We value our faith. We value freedom, and you are in what we call the land of opportunity. Please take advantage of that. I just want to say thank you. I also want to say this. I want to apologize. As good and as great that we love our country, there are many things here that can hurt you, that are not wonderful, honorable, and godly. And you know what those things are. I am a father of 8, and I'm always telling my children, be careful what you see, be careful what you do. Do not do just because others do. Stand for the beliefs you have. Don't lose those values in this country. It is so important. Now, before I leave, I have to ask you a question. I have heard this wonderful sound from you. Someone says it's your celebration song. What is it called, and can you do it for me? I've heard you. Mashhara? Yeah. Celebration. Happy Independence Day, Somaliland.
He's a great representative for you at the Capitol. The next person I'd like to have come up and address you is Janet Byhofer. She is the committee woman for the Republican Party in Minnesota. She's a very important lady, and she wants to share a little bit about how we want to pull you in to the conservative values that make for Minnesota.
Well, good evening, and it's wonderful to see everyone, and distinguished guests, thank you very much for attending tonight and giving us the opportunity to just share a couple thoughts with you. This is your Independence Day, and I will join Dan in saying Happy Independence Day. You also get to celebrate a second one on July 4th, because that happens to be our American Independence Day. This concept of freedom is sometimes hard to understand, especially if you come from somewhere, and it's not just Somalis, it's a lot of people who come here, where there's restrictions on what you can say and what you can think, and even the ability to try something and fail and pick up and start again. A free country with free thinking and free ideas and the opportunity to try and try and try until you succeed is a rare, rare institution and a place to live. And we welcome you here because the history of our nation is immigrants, all contributing to what this American quilt is. And we thank you for coming. We look forward to your talents. And just kind of as an aside, these nice rights of freedom also carry responsibilities. It's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. So as you go on and you become more adapted to the American culture, we welcome you, we will help you, and we will communicate with you. And again, Happy Independence Day.
We have another distinguished guest here tonight, Mr. John Helmberger. Now, Mr. Helmberger was the president and CEO, is the president and CEO of Minnesota Family Council. There was a big bill that came forward in Minnesota just recently, talked about marriage between one man and one woman. Those were some of the things that he championed to make sure that that was instituted. Unfortunately, we didn't win that one, but John is here because he cares about family. He cares about all families. And so John is here. Please welcome him.
Thank you, Dan. Salam alaikum. And happy Independence Day as well. Thank you so much for the honor of being with you this evening. And I want to thank you also, all those of you who worked with us over the last 2 years to try to protect marriage, as Dan said, to protect marriage between a man and a woman in our state law and in our state constitution. You know that it did not turn out the way that we hoped. Though we worked so hard, and though we warned our leaders what would happen if they redefined marriage, we warned them about the dangers to our children. We warned them about the dangers to our religious liberty. You're celebrating Independence Day in Somaliland. We will soon be celebrating independence and freedom on the 4th of July in America. But our freedoms are going to be affected by what our legislature has done in changing marriage so that it's no longer a man and a woman, but it could be 2 men or 2 women. It is going to affect our children. They will be impacted in our schools. And so I urge you to be on guard and watch for that and to teach your children well what you believe about marriage. We know that marriage is God's design. God created marriage, not government. It is not government's right to change it, only God. But now we must live with what our government has decided in Minnesota about marriage. And we will work with you and help you so that you understand what you can do and how you can continue to uphold marriage between a man and a woman as God designed it. Now, what has happened, what our legislature has done, shows how very important it is for us to elect people to office who share our values. Because when we elect people who don't share our values, this is what happens. They change marriage. So I want to promise something to all of you. I want to promise you that Dan Severson and I are ready to work with you in the future to help you know where your candidates stand, what their positions are on the issues that you are concerned about, that relate to your values, so that when you vote, you can choose candidates who share your values and who won't overturn your values when they get elected and go into office. So once again, thank you for all of your support. Thank you for this opportunity to share with you tonight. I look forward to working with Dan and with all of you in the future to develop a government, to choose representatives that believe what we believe, that share our values and will fight for our values in office. Happy Independence Day.
One of the things we want to do as part of MLA, Minority Liberty Alliance, is bring candidates to you who are running for office. They're asking for your vote. Now, one of the things that is awesome about America is everybody is created equal. Everybody has the same opportunities. So your vote means the same as a vote in northern Minnesota or southern Minnesota or any other place. And you need to decide who you want to vote for. So this isn't endorsing candidates. This is giving a candidates to come up and say a few words to you, and then you make the decision. Okay? This is Cam Winton. Cam Winton is running for Minneapolis mayor. And he's going to give up and give a few words for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Cam Winton, and as Doc said, I'm a candidate for mayor of Minneapolis. Thank you so much for the honor of addressing you this evening on your Independence Day. Happy Independence Day to Somaliland. Let me take a moment and note this backdrop. With the representation of the American flag and of the Somaliland flag, what a perfect symbol. So to remember me in this backdrop, thank you. What a beautiful job, and what a beautiful symbol of our cultures intertwining here in Minnesota. Of all of us living our values of family and faith, freedom and free enterprise here in our communities. Regardless of where we came from, we're here now together in the same community, and that's such a wonderful thing. I'd like to tell you very briefly about what I am doing in Minneapolis. How many folks live in Minneapolis? I know some folks do. Great. Again, it's Cam Winton. I certainly hope you remember that. This November, we are electing a new mayor. The current mayor is not running for re-election. It's the first open seat race for mayor in 20 years. There are a lot of candidates. Right now, there are 7 candidates and probably more to come. I am the only candidate not seeking the endorsement of the Democratic Party, of the DFL. I'm the only candidate not seeking that endorsement. I'm running as an independent because this is a nonpartisan election. My values are your values. Family. I'm a husband and I'm a father of 2 young children. Faith. We may have a different way of worshiping our awesome God, but we know that God is the bedrock of all that we do. And we know that we must remember our faith in all that we do. Free enterprise. I'm the only candidate in this race not coming from a background in government. Now, nothing against government. I'm trying to get into government. But my colleagues and I, my coworkers and I, built a business that employs 120 people across the country. We sold that business recently in a way that everyone kept their jobs and shared in the benefits of the sale. And so I know a thing or two about job creation. I know what it takes to make it so that we all have jobs. And I'm talking about Government living within its means. Government doing the essential services of government. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me. To these honored gentlemen up here, thank you so much for letting me share the stage with you. And again, I'm Cam Winton, and I'd be honored to have your vote this November. And happy Independence Day to Somaliland. Thank you.
We have one more candidate that is running for election, and this is for the governor of Minnesota. His name is Scott Honor. He's a businessman, and we'd like to take a few minutes to hear from him. Please welcome Scott Honor.
Thank you. Well, my election is next year, so we have a little more time. I don't have a sign like Cam yet, so you'll have to remember it's Scott Honor. But I'm excited to be here. It's so neat to see such a great group of people coming to celebrate Somaliland's independence, and I'd like to offer my congratulations as well. I want to tell you just briefly a little bit about myself. So I was born near here in Fridley. When I was born, my parents lived in a mobile home park. I moved to Mound. I went to high school in Mound in the western suburbs. My father lost his job. He was an airline pilot. We had a nice upbringing. But he lost his job when I was in high school, and we went through some tough times with that. But I was able to you know, through my faith and the focus of my family, get myself through college. I paid my way through college. I earned degrees in business and economics. I earned a master's in business. And I spent the last 20 years in a career in business helping build companies and helping fix companies. I've started 2 businesses as an entrepreneur. One of those companies now has over 100 employees. In the last decade, I've bought and fixed 60 companies. And I understand what it takes to make the economy work and what it takes to create jobs and make lives better. And that's what I want to do here in Minnesota. I'm not a politician. But I think it's time for us to take a much more inclusive approach to making everyone in this state's lives better. And one of the things that I was really pleased to hear is that in Somaliland, the leadership is looking to create a bridge with Israel. I think that's terrific. I mean, that's exactly the sort of leadership that we need to see in this world, in this nation, and in this state. We need leaders that are inclusive, that understand how to bring good ideas and bring them together in a way that helps everyone. And I wasn't thinking of being a politician, but I got tired of watching the leadership in this state take us in the wrong direction. I got tired of seeing our unemployment rate, especially amongst the minority groups, being one of the highest in the country. I got tired of seeing our graduation rates in this part of the state in particular being amongst the worst in the country. And so what I want to do is bring fresh ideas, bring good leadership, bring conservative principles to our capital, and make Minnesotans' lives better. I'd like to get to know all of you. I'll be spending some time here tonight. I'd love to have the opportunity to spend more time in your community. I've loved learning about Somaliland, and I welcome having the opportunity to share my thoughts with you tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Scott Honor. I have a letter from Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann. She was sorry she couldn't make this event tonight, and she did write a letter. She sent it and asked if I would read it, and it is my honor to read it to you tonight. Dear Somaliland community, I wish all of you a happy Somaliland Independence Day. It was on May 18th, 1991, exactly 22 years ago, that the Somaliland people chose freedom, broke away from Somalia, and formed their own autonomous nation. Congratulations. As an American who has extensively studied the founding of the United States, I know the great sense of accomplishment you must feel tonight celebrating that creation of the Republic of Somaliland. Congratulations. As one of the most thriving economies in Africa, possessing both strong leadership and industrious citizens who respect the rule of law, the future is bright for Somaliland. Together, we can improve the lives of the people of Somaliland and America by promoting free markets, democracy, and justice. Thank you for inviting me tonight, and enjoy the jubilant festivities and honor those who sacrificed so much for the establishment of Somaliland. I am with you in spirit, and I am grateful for the contributions all of you make to our local communities in Minnesota. I want to extend a special thank you to the chairman of the Kumai Party, Musa Bihi Abi, and also to Yusuf Du, who is the Secretary General for Foreign Affairs and International Relations for the UCID Party. Yusuf, thank you for your tireless efforts to improve Minnesota. If any of you have need of assistance, please do not hesitate to contact me or my staff. Enjoy your evening, and God bless you. Signed, Michelle Bachmann, Congresswoman, United States, Minnesota. And I would just, if it'd be okay, I just want to say a few words for Minority Liberty Alliance. One of the things that I ran for, I served 4 terms in the legislature, 8 years, and then ran for Secretary of State and lost by a very small margin. It was by that losing that I realized that we had not reached out. I had not gotten my message out to you as Somaliland or any of the other minority communities in the inner city. And we hold the same conservative values. And I'm not asking you to vote for anybody. What I'm saying is, for Minority Liberty Alliance, our vision is that you as a community have a voice. You have a voice in local government, you have a voice in state government. And what our goal is that we would reach into these communities, we would begin to teach you about the political system. How do you run an election? Bring you down to the Capitol, show you around down there, you get to see what goes on down there. And then I want some of you in here to run for office. I want your voice in the school boards. I want your voice in the city councils. I want your voice down at the Capitol with Dan Hall, because you know your community and you will vote the values of your community. So think about it. We need you representing your communities, our communities, down at the Capitol in Minnesota. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here and celebrate with you so much tonight. Assalamu alaikum.